Hello and welcome once again to Dragon Racing League. We are here with round 10 around the wonderful Austin Circuit of the Americas, or COTA, or the one with the big hill. Whatever you want to call this racetrack. It is a very fast flowing, very exciting, it's put together interestingly fun track to drive. I hate it myself. I personally am atrocious around this circuit. But it is very fun to watch and not have to do it myself. So welcome on in. As you can see, we have a couple of new drivers today. Oliver James down there in P14 right now, sitting in pit lane. And we are on board with our other one in Camden Bauer here. So a couple of new additions over the last couple of days. Having a fantastic time driving. For those of you who are new, we will quickly discuss our standings as they stand so far. So as of right now, Aaron Coulson has actually won the Drivers' Championship. He has taken first place all the way through, had a fantastic season for Alfa Romeo. For those who do not know, that is Gunnar. He's currently holding on to P10 as we go around. And then we have... oh, no, nothing's going wrong there. Okay. We have Bliash, I can speak today, holding on to P2, Ben Schultz in 3, Alex Garcia and Jack Newhouse in 4 and 5, Donovan Bailey in 6, Kevin G in 7, Marley in 8, Rami in 9, Damon in 12, Hayden in 13, Michael in 14, Ataro in 15, TJ in 16, Christopher in 17, Jeremy, in 18, Brian in 19, Zach in 20, Alexis Clement in 21, and Mitchell Brodsky in 22. And then a quick look at our fantastic team standing. So this one is still available. There's two races left. This could change. So we do have Alfa Romeo holding on to P1, Ferrari pulling up in P2, Mercedes in P3, McLaren in P4, Aston Martin in P5, AlphaTauri in 6, Alpine in 7, Haas in 8, Red Bull in 9, Williams in 10. After we had a fantastic showing from that Haas team jumping all the way up. I believe it was Scorenzi who led the way and ended up with P1 last week over in... I should remember where, but I can't off the top of my head. Where were Miami? There we go. I know we were somewhere. Where was it? In Miami last week. So, as you can see, times are starting to come in. Gunnar currently holding on to P1, Scorenzi in P2. Hayden Rogers is currently in P3. Oh, no, he just got bumped by Pody, who has rejoined the league, which is great. Welcome back to him. Hayden Rogers, Racer X in 5, AO in 6, and Wolfsburg Tuner in 7. And Boogie, I believe, did a slow second lap. Gotta get that time in there as well. And some good salt pulling into P4, so... Yes, most of us know this wonderful track. Lots of twists and turns. You know, you've got your Silverstone kind of comparative, just up the hill, or coming down the hill, into the S's. Stadium section of Hockenheim. Lots of good parts of this track. Yes, the Grand Prix circuit, which is what we are on, is 3.427 miles, 5.515 kilometers, for everyone else. There are a couple of configurations, the Grand Prix circuit, the National circuit, and then the Club circuit. This track is used for quite a few things, I believe, if I can remember correctly. MotoGP, IMSA, Moto America, NASCAR's done a couple things here. There have been car races for IndyCar, FIA WEC, and even the V8 supercars have spent their time here as well. They do have concerts, an observational tower, and there is a soccer stadium right next door with the Austin Bold FC. As these drivers are putting in our first set of times, making our way through. And Oliver James there, you can see. as he makes it down around turn 20. 20 corners on this track. A lot of them in very, very quick succession. 2, maybe 3 major overtaking positions. If you want to kind of see where those guys are, so you have, I guess, actually probably closer to 4 if you really think about it. So turn 11, which is the very, that is, I don't agree with that, but okay. So Oliver James unfortunately disqualified for blocking the pit lane. That's a... Ooh, I don't know who this Red Bull is, but he is definitely blocking a little bit. That's unfortunate. It's going wide anyway. But yes, so coming into the... Oh, he's going into the pits, so we're all good there. Alright, so 4, you are looking for overtaking positions. So on your way, obviously, into turn 1, this is a very tricky corner, as you can't really see the apex until you crest the hill, but if you brake at the top of the hill, you have broken way too late. Francis! How's it going? What's up, what's up? Welcome back, welcome back! Appreciate you hopping on in, and I'm excited for you to be back on this track with us. But yes, turn 1 is a fantastic spot. The S's will be very difficult to try and make any form of a pass, and then once you get out of this S's section, you have this quick left here, and then immediately on your run down into turn 11, right about here, so this will be another one, so who can break kind of the best or the latest, that'll get you there. So turn 11 here, and then we have a very long straightaway, and this will be our first, the only other DRS other than the front straight that we have, so this will be our DRS zone. And another great overtaking spot going into turn 12, this very, very long straightaway, very long DRS section, and then a massive heavy braking zone. Then you kind of make your way through turns. So that was turn 12, then you got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, which is very tricky to try and make a pass in through this section just because it is not the easiest of corners. They're very kind of need to utilize the entirety of the track to make them. Maybe around here you could try and make a pass, but it would be very tricky. And then as you turn out on turn 19 here, avoiding that sausage curve, you go ahead down into the final corner right there. That would be turn 20, or in this case going into the pits. But yes, heading into turn 20, your other sort of passing area, or higher chance overtaking areas. So absolutely fantastic, and you can see as we roll in. Oh, okay. I was like, what do we have in Sector 2? Just realized the sectors are not showing up on this for some reason. Interesting. Either way, Sector 1 finishes around midway through the S's. Sector 2 finishes after turn 12. The sharp corner right there we are. Let's quickly hop on board with Gunnar, who is on his next flying lap here. So he makes his way through into Sector 3. So we have about 7 minutes and 20 seconds left here. So a lot of guys are going to get their second kind of run in here before heading in. Gunnar continuing to hold the fastest lap here. Cody is on his way as he is holding on to P3 as of currently. The infamous corner of George Russell just driving straight into Carlos Sainz and then blaming Carlos Sainz, as one does, apparently. So this SS section is what is considered to be sort of their, not copying, but yeah, basically copying, reusing or taking its cues from Silverstone's Meggetts, Beckett's, and Chapel. Yeah, they have a stadium section from Hockenheim and Istanbul's turn 8. There's that, obviously, the massive elevation change of turn 1, I believe. Well, I cannot remember for the life of me how much it is of an elevation gain, but it is quite drastic. There we go. As Putty makes his way around 16, 17, and 18, all in that one little section there. And then heading out, so right here, this is also one of those good kind of passing areas if you absolutely need to. Very tricky corner again before you dive on down the front stretch, open DRS, and head on through. So holding on to P3. And we have been invalidated by Verstappen, unfortunately. Wolf will come and get him some love. Actually, you know what? Do a quick ride on with Wolf Okami as he makes his way through to start his lap. As you can see, turn one kind of glaring out over the signage. Great shots at night. Swerenzi does throw himself onto pole with a 132 at 267. Yes, very tricky turn one. If you get on the throttle too early or too aggressively in too low of a gear, it will send you. And then this SS section, which is always the bane of my existence. Very tricky section through here. And kind of a double right-hander where you have this nice tight left and then a very tight right hand. Before another quick left where you can get out to full speed. Sort of a full speed banked corner. And then immediately dropping all the way down to about second, maybe third gear, depending how you feel. Now be careful coming out on the throttle on that guy, because once again, you can send that rear end around. Then you have this nice long straightaway, DRS wide open. Make any passes you kind of need to, hopefully, or you can make it as you get into here and immediately drop all the way back down, basically to cross over. Then you have a hard, massive slowdown for this right. Pick up some speed again, and then another big slowdown as you make this kind of double left-hand corner. Miss the first apex, hit the second apex, and then you've got this double right. Once again, kind of miss all of the apexes or stay middle of the track. So there's about 4 corners in there. And then again, massively pick. Drive as hard as you can. Stay basically on that curve, and then you hard left, and that's a lap around COTA. And that will be a 1.228 seconds faster and get me into P10. Okay, so I want to say this is season 3 of me casting for F1 racing, for the Dragon Racing League. Can honestly say that for the very first time, I had no clue that I could make my way through the top 10 just by hitting each number individually. Unfortunately, it doesn't go any higher than 10. I don't think so. I'm just going to have to push every button. Just to be curious. Oh, and that's how you... Okay. So I can also see... Okay. Wow. I'm crushing this whole casting thing, as you can very well see. Okay. Oh, this is why I should not be allowed to do things. Because apparently, I don't know anything that's happening. So, yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Glad I figured it out with 2 races left in this game. In this game's life cycle. Oh, goodness me. Okay. So then I just have to do that. Yeah. All right. All that work in P10. Hey, it looked good though. It looked good. I had the whole we rode on board for you. And Chris, I mean, I've been here a while now. I just found out a whole bunch of key shortcuts so I can actually show more stuff during the race without having to open up menus. It's gonna be one of those kind of days, man. Oh, goodness. Let's go show you, right? I didn't know that just doing that as we come in through into the final set. Turn on and off telemetry. Show different things. Show the times. Oh, man. It's a good thing there's so many races left. No one deep, turn one. Yee. I believe we only have our last driver, but he has, unfortunately, invalidated his lap. So that will end it for us. We just need him to come across the finish line. Oh, no. Go super, super deep. Just mowing the lawn, you know. Making sure it's all close. He doesn't even have a front wing on right now. Just taking out everything. All right. So with that, Skrenzy will start in P1, Gunnar in P2, Camden Bauer in 3, Fasthappen in 4, Pody in 5, Some Good Salt in 6, Sue in 7, The John Damon in 8, Hayden Rogers in 9, Wolf Okami in 10, Racer X in 11, AO in 12, Boogie in 13, Wolfsburg Tuner in 14, and a very unfortunate Oliver James down in 15. I still don't agree with the DAQ, but I don't have nothing, so I have no say in this. And with that, we shall quickly take a little break while we allow everyone to get their stuff organized for the race itself. We have the 5 lights on. Ooh, I see a jump start. Cody is going to get a jump start penalty, unfortunately. And that will create a little bit of a problem. But as we head into turn 1, let's see what happens. Who's going to have issues? Well, it looks like a little bit of a bump back behind there. I'm not sure if it was Boogie or if it was Wolf Okami, both of whom looked like they had a little bit of an incident. Fortunately for Boogie, now he is going to have... Oh, we have Wolf Okami going... Well, having slight problems with those S's, as people do. Ooh, it's a phenomenal jump Boogie does. And it goes flying by. Oh, no. I believe that is Boogie who has a little bit of an issue going through. Those cold tires on there. Always going to cause problems. As you can see, people have made some moves here. AO up 4 positions as he is currently up. Yeah, into P8. Oliver James, who started unfortunately from the back, is now in P9. He is up 6 spots. And Gunnar up 1 is him and Scorenzi duel it out. Up at the front there, chased very closely by Camden Bauer. But so far, it looks like we had a pretty clean section here. As I'm not quite sure if he had... Oh, yeah, he does have a front wing. It's hard to see that black front wing in the black of that car. Scorenzi is setting the fastest lap here. Yeah, a good mix of tires, as you can see. Hards, mediums, a couple of softs. And we do have a drive-through for a Poti there. Hayden Rogers actually has come into pit lane. Yeah, it needs a new front wing, unfortunately. Not sure what happened involving him there, but that will set him a little bit further back. And you can see the time to the leader there. Gunnar getting very close as he really starts to put some moves on. Is he going to jump to the inside? And yes, he is. And take over in P1. You can see Poti having a little bit of an issue, dropping down a couple of positions there. As Racer X also gets passed by AO. Oh, this is so much easier to actually watch what's going on. Oh, jeez. And then we can see fastest laps so far. As the only one who's dipped down into the 38s is going to be Scorenzi. Camden Bauer now sets the fastest lap and then quickly crossed over by Sui. Although I think Poti should be in pit lane for his fantastic drive through. Yes, he is going to have straight on through to the other side. Fortunately for him, he is going to actually come out ahead, which is nice, but yeah. We'll quickly throw that up though. As you can see, Camden Bauer has taken over the lead. Scorenzi having himself a little bit of an incident. He has now dropped down into P5. I'm sure he will be clambering back fairly quickly as Gunnar sits down in P3. Johnny Damon, we can see he takes a quick look, decides against it as they make their way into turn 11, which is one of those big, heavy braking passing opportunities. We will check if Gunnar is going to be able to get past. He does have DRS open. And unfortunately not going to be quite able to get there. AO does get past, or Racer X does get past. The Johnny Damon also trying to make his way on the outside. Not quite able to, but he might have the inside for this next turn as they go side by side through there. And he does get ahead, but now AO on the inside as they make their way through turn 15. Now they have this 16, 17, 18, 19 complex here. Sorry, 16, 17, 18. It's kind of triple corner as they kind of go single file at this point. Ooh, AO goes a little wide. Johnny Damon is going to be able to get past him now. As we can see, Wolf Okami also trying to get by. Camden Bauer, though, has once again set the fastest lap. Oliver James now up 9 positions, having himself a fantastic one. Hayden Rogers is the only one to stop so far. And he's going to be on those. Ooh, Oliver James, though, does get that 3-second time penalty. So now he will have a time penalty that he has to kind of combat with throughout the entirety of this, just for cutting the track. We have this little group of 4 here. Actually, really about 5. From Camden, we have Gunnar, Faststappen, some good salt, and then Scorenzi and the Haas there. Scorenzi is apparently very quick in Sector 3 from everything I have been reading. It does look like he's actually going to be trying to make a move up on the inside of 16-17, and he does take over some good salt. As they will make their way down onto the start-finish line. So DRS is going to be open for Gunnar. Let's see if he's going to be able to. I think he's quite close enough, and yet, no, he is not going to try and make that dive up the inside. It will be Wolf Okami. Unfortunately, though, not quite able to get there. You can see this wonderful flow through here. Looks like Gunnar getting a little loose coming through there. And you see Gunnar's going to be nice and close. See who gets the better exit out of turn 11. Ooh, but Faststappen's not going to be far behind, so this could be, I think he's going to have the move done. Is Faststappen also going to have the move? And it looks like he is going to get around him as well, so Camden Bauer going to drop it down a couple positions. Oliver James now on the outside having to deal with that as well. Wolf Okami, though, does get past AO. Looks like we've got a solid amount of jostling. A little further back as well. Let's see, Racer X currently trying to chase down the Johnny Damon. Cody going to get a 3-second time penalty. Or unfortunately, Gunnar is now right on the back of Faststappen. As we make our way through. Scorenzi looking like he's trying to make a move on Camden. Camden kind of doesn't block, but gets a little more in the way. As we head down into turn 11, some good salt going to get himself a 3-second time penalty as well. So let's see Oliver James up into P6, but holding on to that, it's going to be interesting as we have come to lap 6 of all these tires, except for Hayden, who is 5 laps of those tires. A couple of time penalties kicking around. Does look like Gooder does have the lead, but Fast Evan not wanting to give it up. It's a little bit pushed off track, but nothing too bad. And this little group of 4, unfortunately, some good salt starting to fall off in the back a little bit. As Oliver James almost ends up taking out half the field there. That was a little scary. Not what we want too often, but a little close for comfort for a few drivers that saw that car. All right, and Scorenzi actually hops to the outside. He is now side by side as they make their way into turn 1. Decides against it, slots back in. As Gunnar starts to open up about a half-second gap here. If you're Gunnar, you're going to be very happy to see a good chunk of people battling it out behind you. Try and create as much space as you can. As we make our way through a lap 8 heading down, let's see what ends up happening, as there can be lots of moves through here. Scorenzi looking to try and get ahead, not going to quite be able to do it. Johnny Damon does get ahead of Sue. The next closest is going to be Oliver James, not quite able to get there unfortunately, but he is very now close to Wolfel Kami. So we'll see what he is going to be able to do. Camden starting to lose a little bit. He's got up to almost just over 7/10 of a second. Now just under. DRS going to be open. They are going to try and chase down Gunnar as best as they can. Obviously making it fairly hard. You see Oliver James as he's trying to reel in. I don't think quite going to have enough to catch up to Wolfel Kami there. A little squirrely coming out, but is going forward. And Scorenzi as they make their way down towards turn 11 here. This quick hard left. And then it's going to be just flat out. Scorenzi looks inside, decides against it, slots back in behind Camden Bauer. And then they make their way around. They're going to have DRS very shortly. We'll see what is going to be able to happen. There it is, Hayden Rogers, unfortunately DNFing. Oh no, he is retiring from the session, so he has hopped into pit lane. I don't know if Scorenzi's going to make it up to P1. Nope, not quite. Ooh, a little bit of a lockup. Not a ton of space on that outside. They are able to, as Camden not giving this one up. RacerX going to get a time penalty as well. It looks like, yeah, Oliver James is just able to get ahead of. We do get a VSC. I am not entirely sure why. The unfortunate incident with Wolfsburg Tuners Haas losing a front wing. So debris on the track, although it looks like everybody except for Scorenzi is going to be coming into pit lane. So we've got some hards going on. Let's see here. So we go, you can see RacerX Scorenzi is staying out. A good chunk of people all hopping in. Just tire swapping the best they can. It's kind of a little early, I guess, if you were on you're on those softs, so you're definitely going to be thanking your stars for the VSC popping up right now. But if very interesting on Noah. Oh, and Verstappen unfortunately is going to get himself a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. So we have a few penalties sitting on down right now. And then we can see him getting a new front wing. Taken off and back underway. Gunnar does make his way past down the long back straight. Fantastic camera views. We love some of the new cameras they've added in. Make it look just so beautiful. Not sure why it's just sticking to that one for him, but there we go. Alright. As Camden is now doing what he can, he's going to try and catch Wolfokami. Wolfokami did not come in for new tires there. See how that ends up playing out. See our times leader Scorenzi with about 9 seconds. And the issue is he is going to eventually have to come in. I believe, if I remember... Oh, Racer X, unfortunately. Oh, no. What happened to Racer X is that is going to bring out our first safety car. So it looks like, yeah, had a little bit of an incident. Just off the side of the track, and that is going to be the end of the day for Racer X. This will bring out our first safety car. And now, if you're Scorenzi, you had about 13 seconds on that, so you're... I don't know if he comes in. He is on those hard tires. I don't think he's going to be able to come in, or I don't think he's going to want to come in. Don't be a lot of laps on those mediums. With how the race has gone so far, I don't know if you can really expect a safety car, but let's see what he ends up doing. No, he is actually going to come in, so he's going to throw onto a set of mediums. More than likely. Ooh, lockup heading on in. Doesn't get a time penalty, though. That's what's good. That's what we're going to see. As we can see, P2 coming through. I don't think Scorenzi is going to be able to get in, get out before they get by him here. It's going to be close. And there it is. So yes, Gunnar will take over. He does have... His tires are going to be a couple of laps older. Scorenzi is actually going to come out in P3 on medium tires. So we'll see how this all ends up playing out. Anyone who did not pit has come through. I think that Johnny Damon was hoping that that was going to count. Unfortunately, that will not. You cannot serve your drive-through penalty. Under a safety car. Well, for Wolfsburg tuner, makes life a little easier. You can now going to be allowed to catch back up. Alright, so as it stands, Camden Bauer, holding on to the fastest lap with a 1:37.096. Absolutely flying. He's almost about a tenth faster than anybody else so far. So the Johnny Damon and Verstappen both having taken 2 stops now. I think actually AO has taken a second stop as well. So we're going to be on hards and mediums. Softs are all gone. We have a few penalties as well. Verstappen unfortunately going to have to come through. Sorry, the Johnny Damon did not have a drive-through. Verstappen is going to have a drive-through. He will have to deal with sooner than later. Lots of positive movement here. As you can see, Wolfsburg Tuners up a position. Boogie up 3. Wolfokami up 3. Oliver James up 9. Stu and some good salt up 2. Camden and Gunnar both up 1. Grenzy down 2 positions. Verstappen down 5. That's going to change, unfortunately. And Podi down 6. Also due to a drive-through penalty. James coming in as well. Verstappen. Not sure if Verstappen. There's no way that cleared it. I don't think so. Yeah, no, he's still going to have the drive-through penalty. So, unfortunately, as he throws on some softs, very interesting. Interesting. So you can't serve the time penalties there during a safety car. Okay, so he served. Well, actually, no, I don't think AO had a time penalty. Not sure why he came in late, but he did. So he's going to catch up. I'm hoping we should be going green next time around. Or maybe not. Just very delayed response. Normally it happens right as you hit sector 3, not near the end. But we are going to be going green, so Gunnar will take over as our proverbial safety car. And we are back underway. Oh, Camden. Oh, that's going to cause an issue right off the bat. Oh, okay. Not sure where to go with that one, so we're just going to move forward as Skordenzi makes his way through and takes over into P1. P2 having a 3-second time penalty behind him. He is feeling good. Will be under a deep threat of a Cody behind him. Oliver James does get another time penalty. But unfortunately, Verstappen probably going to have to come through for a drive-through penalty here. We'll see as Skordenzi making his way ahead. And Camden Bauer going to retire from the session at the very top, so that's going to bring out a VSC. Unfortunately. But this will also hinder... Ooh, if the VSC doesn't get going and soon enough, this might actually prevent Verstappen from once again being able to utilize and get rid of his drive-through. And it looks like Oliver James getting a 5-second time penalty in a collision with Gunnar now. I'm assuming that was coming into pit lane. Fortunately, I think Oliver James, yeah, he's at 14 seconds worth of time penalties. Cameron Bauer in our chat saying, I apologizing. So apparently it was not on purpose. Accidental moment, just losing it there. Yeah. So, and then Gunnar, he is back out, all fixed up, and he's got some work to do. And the added 30-second time penalty. Not what you want. Not what you want at all. And Oliver James also getting a 3-second time penalty. That S's section absolutely will kill you as you try and make your way through it. We are back green as Scorenzi takes us away. He has already opened up a 1-second lead, so this is going to spell the end for anyone trying to catch him, as he is now out of DRS and is going to take off like a bat out of the spicy place. Wolf Okami, though, is trying to reel in with DRS now being enabled. They won't get it until after the next section. DRS, they're just going to have to rely on slipstream. But Johnny Damon putting a lot of pressure. And Verstappen is going to get unfortunately disqualified for ignoring his drive-through penalty. As Gunnar actually does get past AO, who did have to hop into the pits again. We can see the two Aston Martins chasing down this Red Bull. As Wolf Okami... Or sorry, as, Wolf Okami under siege of the two Aston Martins, trying to chase him down. It does look like, yes, the Johnny Damon is going to make a move up on the inside. Ooh, all a little close, as it looked like Wolf Okami almost came across the nose, but they are side by side as Pody actually does make his way through as well. Both of them now. Ooh, but Wolf Okami not wanting to give it up. Has not a great exit. Unfortunately, he tried to turn that corner just a bit tight and was not quite able to make that one happen. Now the Johnny Damon trying to chase down Sue as they make their way through. Scorenzi with the new fastest lap at a 1:35.339. And the Johnny Damon has managed to make his way ahead, but Sue not giving it up. As Gunnar sets now the fastest lap from the back, as he is currently in P9. Oliver James retiring as well. Looks like he's just pulled off the track out of the way, so won't have anything there that we have to worry about. Cody also making his way past Suoji. Score NZ, sorry, now having opened a 4-second gap over some good salt. Johnny Damon 3 seconds back of that. Cody now over a second, so Wolf Okami going to be kind of our only one who's anywhere close as we watch Boogie doing some spinsies in the background there. Unfortunately, not going to lose too much time as he is got a good gap behind him. Again, yeah, lose out on anyone behind him too much as he has a good gap behind him. Gunnar is going to be threatening him as he is within that DRS range. We will quickly just stay on board with Cody. Sorry, no, Wolf Okami is who we wanted. Wolf Okami as he is trying to reel in Suoji. DRS, they're not quite sure if he's going to make it. And yeah, it does not look like. Users? What about users? I don't know who the users are. Howdy, howdy, Hayden. Fortunate start for the day for the race for you. Wolf Okami doing what he can. He is going to have DRS again. Let's see if he's going to be able to. We can see Gunnar has passed Boogie. Boogie's going to have to do what he can to sort of stay within that 3-second time frame. Wolf Okami tries to go up on the inside. Going into the S is not really somewhere you want to be going too wide. So he is going to sit behind, slot in right behind him here. As they head down into turn 11, we're going to have a fantastic race to the turn 12 here. DRS is going to open up right away. And those are flying by like it's nothing. This DRS zone is quite intensive. Very helpful. That will give him a nice little gap, about 0.5 of a second, half a second. But Suoji not letting that one go too super easy as he is trying to fight back as best he can. Gunnar quietly, slowly starting to reel everybody back in as we are 10 laps left to go. Sorry, 8 laps left to go. As Scorenzi was now 7 seconds up. It feels like watching Max Verstappen just way up ahead. All free and clear, ready to do what he needs to do. And Johnny Damon trying to chase down some good salt here. Cody a little bit further back. He is also trying to chase some people down. I believe, yeah, the Johnny Damon is on medium, so those tires should be okay. The hards will be starting to come into form. He should start reeling everybody in quite nicely. You see some good salt. Losing a little bit of time. We are over 7 seconds between those spots. He's starting to reel them in just a little bit. Wolfsburg Tuner back into the pits here. Looks like Wolf Okami trying. As they are side by side. Looks like he is going to take the lead off of Suoji. Woohoo, Salt. Yeah, Salt's having himself a good little race. Getting a little bit of a threat out of the Johnny Damon behind as he is starting to kind of reel him in a bit. He's still holding on to that 0-0 wings. Exactly. Hello, Mishi. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Oh, watching. Got it. Yeah, the Johnny Damon's starting to put a little bit more pressure. He's now within that 7/10 range. This will be the big one if he's able to fight him off here or not. As this straightaway can be a little bit of a nightmare to try and hold the position. Johnny Damon really closing it up. Looks like he's going to try and make a move to the inside. He is going to make that inside move. Does lock up. But is able to complete it without taking anybody out. That was a good start. And now it'll be up to some good salt to kind of start to reel him in. Sui, OG, and Wolf Okami now dueling it out, going back and forth on who's going to take which position. Wolf Okami is going to be able to hold on just a little bit. At least for now. Ooh, almost goes sideways. It is able to continue. Some good salt with that 3-second time penalty is going to be really all he needs to do is continue that position. I want that one. As Pody also does have that 3-second time penalty, so that'll be good there. Reel in, reel in. Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, with that 3-second time penalty, I'm not quite sure he's going to be able to clear the Johnny Damon at that point. But definitely utilize him to keep pulling you along. As we can see, yeah, definitely he's in a good spot. Able to kind of hold on to that DRS. Use it to keep that gap over Pody. Pody, not necessarily straight. Oh, well, now he's just golden. Pody with the 6-second time penalty. And that will pretty much, barring some craziness happening as we head into the final 5 laps of this one. 6 laps. This is 6 laps left, yes. We can see a Wolf Okami trying to reel in OG. Then it's going to be this turn 11 to turn 12 is going to basically be everything for it. No, doesn't get a great exit there, so that's not going to help. As we can see, Su OG is starting to pull away just a little bit. Ira's starting to kick in now as he starts to bring him back, but I don't think he's going to have quite enough time to get it back at him. As unfortunately that will be that. Ooh, some good salt. Started to lose some time though. It's fallen out of DRS range, starting to pull it back at least a little bit, and that's, I think he was just inside as they hit the detection zone, so that should be good enough to kind of pull him in. Not the greatest exit, neither did the Johnny Damon. So he went a little sideways there. Yeah, some good salt. I think he's going to end up on the podium today. But unfortunately, unless the Johnny Damon spins out, it's probably going to be third, which is fantastic drive out of him so far. Here we go. Wolf Okami now a little bit closer. See if he's able to get a good exit out of turn 11. Start to try and really reel in. And now he's also got the other issue of Gunnar right behind them as he's starting to get close too. He also does have that 3-second time penalty, so that could be a disadvantage. Ooh, it's real close and snuggly as Wolf Okami does manage to slide through. Oh no! Tsuyoji, able to hold on to it, but he went a little sideways there. Not the kind of thing you want to have happen when you're trying to chase down somebody. Some good salt. Still holding on. He's going to have DRS. He's going to reel him in just a little more. Not going to be quite close enough to make it a pass. We'll see as we follow along through the fun little S's section. As Sue is on his way back, if they make their way through the S's, nice and close through there. It's a little fight getting very entertaining. I like this chopper shot. Wish they got to utilize that more. Verstappen has retired from the session. Yeah, okay. Pretty sure he had already. Oh, Sue decides to dive up early. Wonder if he also has DRS. Oh. No, he does not. Okay, so Wolf Okami is going to go right back past him as he is going to have DRS on that long straightaway. Gunnar has a little bit of an incident almost behind. Is able to continue. Just keeping it out of the wall, which is good. Some good salt. Still trying to reel him in. Just doing the smart thing. Use him for his DRS. Kind of let him pull you along. Keep you out of Pody's window. As it looks like our top four are basically set as we have 3 laps to go here. Holding on nice and smooth through there. Wolf Okami having himself a little bit of a troubled time. He actually is now going to be behind Gunnar. He's going to have to keep within that 3 seconds, though. He is losing time quite quickly as Gunnar is actually within DRS of Tsuyoji. So that's going to be not the best, as this actually might help Gunnar get out of DRS and out of that 3-second time restraint. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like Wolf Okami is struggling a little bit. I think Gunnar is on the much faster tire than being those softs. Quickly, we'll just take a check in. Oh, Wolfsburg Tuner as he's having a fantastic little race here. Going to score some more points for Haas. His teammate currently in P1 with almost 11 seconds as he comes through with 2 laps going to be remaining here. Salt still battling it off. He's doing well. Over 2 seconds ahead of Pody. 18 seconds ahead of Gunnar. Let's see if Gunnar is going to have to worry about getting past. This is going to be interesting because Qaliy still within that 3-second penalty, or 3-second time gap. Woohoo, yes. Some good salt. Having himself a great race. You know what he needs to do? Not losing a bunch of time. As we come through on our very last lap here, Scorenzi, who had a little bit of trouble off the start, but has gotten himself back where he wants to be, well up ahead. As he makes his way through the final section, he's going to come up on his teammate here. Through the last couple of corners as he makes his way past through turn 18 here, down through into turn 19, and there's turn 20. Making his way through to the finish line to take this one. The Johnny Damon getting chased down by some good salt with that time penalty. Some good salt will drop. Actually, will stay where he is, whether he gets to the Johnny Damon or not. There we go. Pody coming through. Gunnar under quick fire. And it looks like he might actually lose a couple of positions here as he makes his way around. Qaliy still within 3 seconds. Let's see how this ends up playing out as they make their way around turn 20, down towards the start-finish line. Gunnar does get across, but he will drop back 2 positions. Boogie is on his way as well. As he makes his way around the final corner. And that will ring in Boogie. As Ale on his way down through the final corner as well. There he goes for his final one. And Wolfsburg Tuner just about to wrap it on up. And just being difficult. There he go. Finally crosses. Wolfsburg Tuner having some fun as he finishes the race. that will be how this one ends. Driver of the day going to the Johnny Damon. And there we will end it with Scorenzi taking P1 and the Johnny Damon in P2. Some good salt in P3. Pody P4. Suyoji in 5. Wolfokami in 6. Gunnar in 7. Boogie in 8. AO in 9. Wolfsburg Tuner in 10. And then unfortunately, Oliver James, Camden Bauer, Racer X, Hayden Rogers, and Fastappen all unfortunately DNFing. And with that, we will quickly take a look at our final schedule. So we will have May 26th, which should be next weekend. Our final championship race, final race, I guess. Championship having been decided, as Gunnar has already won that. But with this kind of little bit of a change here, there could be some questions going into it as to who will win the Constructors Championship. But we will be next week in Brazil for a very fun, very fast, very exciting race. We will hopefully catch you guys all there. And for all of us here at Dragon Racing League, thanks for watching. Have yourselves a great one, and we will see you next time. Have a good one. Later.